being an investor allows you to take advantage of any market. In fact, right now, the more the market is frozen, which is what we're experiencing, the more it goes from a seller's market to a market where nothing is really moving because buyers want to buy, but they can't afford to. Investors make a lot more money than agents. I know this for a fact. You guys, I don't know if you know the statistics. A ton of agents are in the market. The vast majority of agents, it's only 1% of agents in the market that actually make money by being an agent. Most people just run around, hustle, take time away from their families. Last year, we have a lot of agents taking cuts on their commissions, which are already not that much. And I just don't want this to happen to you. However, I'm sure you guys have heard all the horror stories of investors that are not as ethical. It's hard right now. It's always been hard for agents, but there are also then good times. But as it is right now, I'm seeing agents leave. And because of this, really, it's almost like when you're circling around something, you're so close, you can see that there are people making money off of this.
Just you have so many moving parts and so much stuff you have to do as an agent and so much compliance on top of it that by the end of the day, if you take your commission and break it down by the all hours you put into it, you probably made 2-3 times for the same hours if you had done investing. Okay, this year's been full of investors for me. Good. And so you see somebody else making the money, right?
And the whole time I'm thinking, why didn't I buy this myself? How many times we see, and again, I made a fraction of the money that I would have made had I bought that myself. All the best that I know, like the ones that do huge volume, they all own rentals. They all do flips. It's amazing. It's like a well-kept secret or something.
The agents focus on the transaction, right? The investor focus on the strategy. This is huge. So at the end of the day, you made 3,000 to 5,000 commission, or you could be making 10, 20, 30,000 or more from the same property.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking, like, seriously, when I start thinking about this stuff, I get excited. Obviously, you can tell. Because here's the thing, the holy grail for investors is the fact that if they have access to leads where there is no competition. As you well know, we're talking about foreclosures, we're talking about probate, all these things. Hey, I'm buying all your houses that you cannot sell. And you guys know it's these days, as I said, days on market are going up. I'll say this, I hate how I think agents are the most underpaid people in the universe. Who else works for free all the time? It's really, really unfair.
Your license is your advantage. It gives you instant credibility, implied trust, protects you legally and ethically, gives you an edge over unlicensed investors. That's you thinking that. I never thought about that, not for 1 second. I never thought to invest in my reputation as an agent. Wholesaling is illegal. Oh, I love this one. It's not, okay? Personally, I don't like the word wholesaling. I think flipping the contract is a better term. That's how we used to call it back in the days, because really that's what you do.
So much, you're putting out signs, you're doing open houses. I'm like, oh, like you said, when you break it down by the money per hour, it's just not even comparable.
And it's like, you can add that as another stream of income. Like I said, just think about it, all the listings that are hard for you to do anything with because there is no commission, there's no equity, there is something wrong with this property and you can't do anything. These are actually gold mines for investors.
The being an agent is 10 times harder than being an investor.
I thought so.
Oh, absolutely, like no doubt. Being an investor is like a breath of fresh air after you've had to deal with all the compliance.
She said by the time all the contract and the addendum, she has to put it's like 30 pages long. And I was like, my contract that I use as an investor is 2 pages long. 2. That's why the contracts keep getting forever long. But yeah, you don't have to do that as an investor. You keep it very simple, very streamlined, 2 pages, 1-2 contingencies, call it a day and move on.
This is a great time to be an investor. With the uncertainty in the market and where we are with things, actually investors are starting to make even more money.
Be greedy when everybody's fearful and be fearful when everybody's greedy.
I think that's one of the biggest issues with being an agent, is that you have years that you're making so much money and you have years that's like you can barely survive. You can't count on that. I mean, it's not like you can go years without eating all of a sudden. you still have the same expenses, you still have the children and, you know, the house, but all of a
Right.
sudden you're going like now, you're going 3 years where nothing is moving.